Yeah, 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 I love the smile in your face. I know that you got what it takes. Plus you working, ain't no breaks, yeah. You got that vibe, mama, you already know, yeah. This is the Darling Talk Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Darling Talk Show. I am your host, Alexa Darling, and today we're back with another episode. And listen, this is gonna be juicy because I have two black men next to me, okay? And I am a girl that if you watch this episodes, my show, you know that I'm all about relationships and just trying to, navigate relationships and learning about how to do these things, because these things can be a little technical sometimes, right? So I have Bobby here, and I have
Linell.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to say your name wrong.
People say Linell all the time.
So, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate y'all making time.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be a very productive conversation, and I'm excited to talk to you guys. But first, we gotta introduce the wine of the episode. We're gonna be drinking Sweet Lips premium natural sweet white wine. It's wine of South Africa. Okay, I saw this bottle and I thought it was so interesting, and I was like, let me get that.
That's what I call my wife. That's what I call my wife. Sweet Lips.
Sweet Lips.
I'm lying.
That's funny. And it has 8.5% of alcohol, so it's pretty cool. Not too much. We're gonna toast.
Oh,
Toast.
Linell, right?
Linell, yes, ma'am.
Linell.
Yes, ma'am.
Linell. Okay, Linell doesn't drink, y'all. Okay, he's. We're gonna get to that later, but we're gonna toast. So cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to a good conversation and for you guys being on the show.
You some high quality H2O.
Wait, I'm looking at him like, what you think of the wine? It tastes good.
Nah, it's super sweet. It's cool.
You like it?
Yeah. I prefer more alcohol percentage.
For sure.
But
Me too.
It's cool.
Me too.
Yeah.
I like the 13,
Make sure
15%.
Yeah, right.
But we gonna, look at you looking at us like, y'all need to get.
No, I
Don't be judging us.
come January, I might, tap back in a little bit, but I prefer dry.
Dry,
Me
yeah.
too. I like.
I
Yeah,
ain't-
I
I
did
ain't
it for
there
him
yet.
because he
Dry
said
red.
I'm not there yet.
you need to grow up.
Yeah, I'm not
Dry
there
red.
yet.
I can't even drink white.
Like, I think you would
Red.
like the one that we had previously. You will, because it's Pinot. So I
Oh
like
yeah.
Pinot. Okay, so y'all, this is gonna be a very authentic episode. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be using my phone because I asked my audience on Threads. I asked my audience on Threads to ask questions, and I really wanted to be. I know there's a lot of women out there who want to hear black men speak about different things. Linell is married and Bobby is single. I'm single too, so I think it just made sense for me to just have two different perspectives and to have them here. So y'all, these ladies was asking some good questions.
I'm sure.
But before we get into that, I really want to get to know you guys.
Yeah.
Linell, introduce yourself, who you are, and of course, Bobby, you can do that next.
Yeah, my name is Linell Bonner III. Grew up here in Spring, went to Decaney High School, played football at the University of Houston.
Okay.
Now, I was previously a financial advisor, but now I am a full-time speaker and mentor.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So how do you transition? Okay, we're going to get to that. Bobby, tell us who you are and what you do and all the things.
Bobby, a.k.a. Pope. Most of my film friends know me as Pope. I call myself pretty much just a business owner and a filmmaker. Those two things, that's kind of really what I pride myself on.
Yeah.
Been doing both, like entrepreneurship and filmmaking for like 10 plus years.
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay, cool. And you from Houston?
Yeah, from Houston, yeah.
H-Town.
Yeah,
Hey.
of course.
Okay.
From the West.
Period. West side. I'm from the South side. Well, I grew up in the South side.
What school you went to?
Sterling High School.
Sterling, yeah.
What about you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to 4 different ones. I went to A-Leaf Taylor. I went to Stephen F. Austin, Cinco Ranch, and then I got homeschooled last.
Oh, wow.
Did you like homeschooling?
Yeah, because I was just tired of moving around, so I literally homeschooled myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It was just like do the work, pay them, and then you get a degree. You know what I mean?
So you said that you were a financial advisor. How do you transition from that to now being, a mentor?
So it a lot of the same skill sets that you have as a, I don't want to say salesman, but communicator, They go align with mentorship. So as an advisor, you have people come into the office with misconceptions of money or don't know how to look at money, view money, invest money. So it's my job to basically show them how.
Right.
You know, because I have the knowledge. I went through the test and all that stuff. So when I go to mentorship, it's the same thing. Like I've walked my walk in life. I had a lot of adversity. I've learned from it. I have lessons. So now I'm just delivering the lessons in a way that they can understand.
What are those lessons? We want to know.
I
know. Well, I know you said that you were married.
Yeah.
And we were speaking, you know, behind the scenes, and you were saying that you were abstinent for
2 years, 7 months, 926 days.
Jesus.
I know it down to the hour, to the second, to the minute.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good though.
Yeah.
That's good.
Like, can you tell us how that journey was for you? I know this was before you got married, right?
It's before I got married.
Okay. Tell us
So
about that.
I actually was called to abstinency in 2016. I remember feeling convicted in the spirit, just telling me go abstinent. But around this time, I was a star athlete on the team, and I was having my cake and eating it too. So I wasn't ready to give up that lifestyle. I was in my prime. So I kept saying, I'm in my prime. Why would I do that? Yeah. So I just told God no. So around 2020, I tried to go abstinent, and I did it the wrong way. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go abstinent. Let me go through my catalog and find a girl I can do it with.
Oh,
Because in my mind, I will only do it if I found a woman suitable to be my wife. That's the only reason I would do it. I couldn't see no other way because I wanted a friendship. So I'm like, okay, let me go to my catalog, and I found someone, and I tried to do it with her, and that was the worst 6 months of my life.
Are you serious?
Like the worst 6 months. It was tough because I did it for the wrong reasons. One, two, I didn't really make the internal decision to do it. I was doing it because the long story. I was doing it for wrong reasons.
Yeah.
So obviously, we broke up. I got back into doing what I was doing. So then we fast forward 2021, April 2021. I heard the call again. I was like, go abstinent. And mind you, I said before, I would only do it for someone who was my wife, or I thought was my wife.
Yeah.
I wanted to build a foundation for friendship. Well, the way God positioned it this time was like, if you listen to me, you go abstinent, I'll bring to you this, 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 X, Y, Z. But all you have to do is be faithful and go abstinent for me. And some other things happen, but I can attest right now that he keeps his promises. Because everything I'm doing now, speaking, mentorship, the wife I have, all of it was in the promise that he gave me if I went abstinent. So 2 years and 7 months, it sounds like a long time, but in the grand scheme of things, what's 2 years? You know, if you compare it to 30, 40, 50 years of a happy marriage or a joyful marriage. You know?
Wow. I don't think I've ever met a black man that has been abstinent for that long. So I just want to commend you for that, because I think it's not an easy journey, and being obedient, right? Whoo-wee! I like this. Okay, Bobby.
No, I was gonna say fasting in any shape or form under God, I personally can say it works for sure.
Yeah.
Like with my business and stuff, like there was a point in time I was like, man, like I've done everything that I thought I knew what to do except for fasting, and then like it just hit me to fast, and then like literally I had like a week time frame to get like everything figured out. And within that week of fasting, I fasted like no food, no water for 3 days straight.
Wow.
And then like after the 3 days, it's like day and night how everything has changed. And that was like my first time as an adult. As a kid, like growing up, I literally got baptized twice because like I was just so scared, right? Like I grew up Catholic guilt as like could possibly be. So I got baptized twice, and then like as a kid you think of it, but then like experiencing it as an adult, it's completely different. So for sure. I know, like fasting in any way that truly serves God, it'll pay off for sure.
I fasted yesterday actually. You know, yesterday was Good Friday, and I don't think I've actually fasted in a long time. So doing it was very intentional for me, and I want to do it longer though. Yeah. I want to extend it, right? Yeah. Like so we're going to talk about that. So you kind of
You say you did no food, no water?
Yeah, for 3
days.
That's
tough.
For the whole day.
Honestly, the only hard part is like, you know, later on in the day when you get hungry that first day, like maybe when you haven't eaten 8 hours, That's honestly the hard part, the worst part. After that, it's like, okay, because you 8 hours deep into it already. The day goes by, you go to sleep. I kind of slept.
You sleep a lot.
I prayed and slept. I ain't gonna lie.
Prayed and slept. Oh, yeah, you gotta stay prayed up.
Yeah.
I think, and that's the important. It's very important to go to the Word when you're going through that, because it's gonna give you the strength that you need to keep going. Wow, that's so cool. Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, I want to know about you, like, you know, you're single, and how has like your love life has been like?
So I got married at 19 actually.
Me
or
too.
19 or 20, I can't remember. The years are going
What?
by. Yeah. But I got married to my middle school sweetheart, and it was cool. Like, we got a kid. Our baby is like, she's 4 right now, and like, there's no animosity or anything like that. It's just, you know, people grow up. From being middle school, 7th grade, to like being 30 now. Like, people are just like becoming who they are.
That's what happened to me too. I mean, I got married at 19, and then at 22 I got divorced. Yeah. But you're right. I think when we're so young, we think we know what we want, and we don't know anything. You know, we're like trying to figure it out and like learning about ourselves. And sometimes the people that we're with, it doesn't mean that they're bad people. It's just that we all going through something, right? And we have to figure it out. So, all right, let me get into these questions because. And by the way, y'all, I'm just, you know, I'm going to read through here because let me see, what was the first question? Okay, so someone asked, because I told them, I said, I'm going to talk to a guy that one of them is married and the other one is single. So they got questions for both of y'all. So the first question is, how do you prioritize your self-care in ways that are not connected to any romantic partners, assisting them in their lives? I suppose this may not be. So how do you guys prioritize self-love, self-care in ways that are not connected to your romantic partners?
Downtime, for sure.
Downtime? Yeah. What does that look like for you?
For me, writing. Like, coming to my office.
Okay.
And just being like, I guess that's my man cave, my office.
Yeah.
So just having your downtime. I think for guys, that's really all we need. Really. Just some quietness.
What about you, Linell?
For me, it would be when I'm feeling into somebody, so mentorship. But at home, it'll probably be cutting the grass. I really enjoy cutting the grass.
Interesting.
Yeah, you get your cowboy hat with your glasses on, with the earphones. Like, I was trying to cut my grass today, but my lawnmower didn't start.
You from Texas, y'all.
I was hurt. I was hurt. You know, so cutting the grass, because you put your earphones on, you get your sunflower seeds. It's like a whole ordeal, you know. And it relaxes me. So that and walking. Walking, listen to a podcast, listen to a book. Listen to gospel music, whatever.
That's
pray.
Good. Yeah, that's good. I love that. Okay, downtime. I definitely enjoy my downtime too. I mean, and I live by myself, so like just being at home in quietness. A lot of the times I be home and I'm like, wow, nothing is playing. I just be in complete silence, and I don't know. I think that it feels good, you know.
Silence is golden.
Yes. Okay. So another question is, what type of mental health services are you like? Okay. Let me just start with this question like this. Are you guys into mental health, right? Like,
no, definitely.
Would you go to therapy?
I have.
But I now know.
Huh?
No. I honestly feel like my personality type doesn't mesh well with therapy. Just my personality type.
Okay.
I'll talk about myself.
I do think therapy for sure, because like there's some people that just need to spill the words out, or some people that just need to hear some type of information. But just my specific personality type does not mesh well.
Why you say that?
Cause for me, it turns into like a back and forth thing, and not a open, like, them understanding my perspective is like, I don't know. I've gone twice.
Oh, so you
I've gone. Yeah, I've gone. And like each time, it clearly must be me or something. But each time, like, I'm leaving out of there like, yo, I don't feel like how people should feel leaving therapy, you know?
But you know, I've heard that it takes sometimes. It's a journey to find the right therapist,
the right person
for you too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And when you find the right person that you connect with and that gets you, that understands you, I think your mindset can shift. I haven't tried therapy. I've tried it once, but I only went to like a couple, maybe like 4 sessions. That was about it. And it was okay. I mean, I didn't connect with the therapist.
Same.
I didn't feel like it was good. So I'm like, okay, but I'm still open to trying it again because I do need it, right? I think we all need it at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are your
I tried
thoughts?
it. I did it I think I went to 2 sessions like you did, and I found myself. So I have a. It's not a problem, but I realized that if you sit and talk with me, I'll end up answering my question through just conversation. So I just found myself talking, even though that's what therapy is about. But he didn't. I would say stuff that I can tell went over his head, or he didn't have a response to it. I was just seeing his face and his reaction.
Yeah.
But what I found more beneficial for me is my mentors. So I have men of Christ who are 56, 60 years old, 70 years old, who've lived a lot of life. And when I come with my problems, they've been through it already.
Gotcha.
And they direct me back to the word. They direct me back. So that fills me up more than just personally me.
Yeah.
Than going to somebody and that doesn't know me, that's not intimately attached to me. Like they're just they're still collecting a paycheck at the end of the day. Yeah. My mentor's not getting paid at all. He's taking time out of his day to serve, intentional. To give back.
Yeah. I have a person like that in my life too. My one of my brothers, he is like my therapist, right? Like I can go to him, and he's also a believer, so he talks to me from a perspective of like, you know, he always mentions God to me, and he also is not getting a paycheck. He really wants to take time to do this with me. So I don't know. I think that's a good point. You mentioned that. I guess connecting with somebody that knows you, but that's also gonna keep it real with you because they love you enough to like, you gotta look at things from this perspective or help you out in that way. Life is hard. Life is hard.
It's tough, but it's worth it.
Whew.
At the same time, life is easy. At the same time, though. It's very simple. Right?
Yeah.
Like, we kind of just make it complicated, like on ourselves.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Someone asked me somebody asked a question on here as well and said like, it was as simple as, "Are you happy?" And when I saw that, right, I was like, well, that's a good one because that's deep. It may seem it's like a simple question, but like, are you guys happy right now?
I'm joyful.
Okay. Isn't that the same thing?
Happy's temporary.
Ooh, you better come on.
There you go.
Like I'm walking in joy. I'm walking in peace.
I
That's
love
what's up,
that.
man.
Even if when
I
life
don't
starts
care what
lifing, right?
You can slap me, punch me. I'm gonna walk away joyful. I'll be good because I know the season God has me, and I know what He's done. So I just always remind myself.
Dang, your mind is you're so secure. What about you, Bobby? I'm trying to get this wine.
No, like he did say, happiness is temporary, right? I'm one of the people. I think I feel like all emotions, like all the time. So I'm happy at the same time, but I'm like everything else too.
Yeah, I was telling my friend that today. Like, if I was to answer that question, I would say no, I'm not happy right now.
Yeah, depending on right?
But because okay, like you said, it's temporary, right? However, I'm a person that I'm always looking at the positive things. I'm very optimistic. So, I mean, I look at the bright side of everything all the time. And you're never going to see. If you guys just met me today, you will not probably think that I'm not happy. Because I just live my life in a way that I'm always grateful. But I have to keep it real with myself. No, I'm not happy. Because I know that things are not where it needs to be right now in my life. So I'm like, all right, I'm trying to like get there.
So if you use words like not happy, then
okay, talk to me.
I would say I'm not content with the current situation. Whereas like I try not to use certain words because words are powerful. With out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So if you're saying that, then your body, everything gonna make you right. So if you agree with something up here, externally you're gonna make it right because you don't want to lie to yourself.
Right.
So if I say I'm not happy.
I like that because I feel like if you say I'm not happy, it's more so like a permanent kind of thing. But if you're right, that makes sense. I'm not content with like a situations right now. Okay, that's good. You better preach to me, okay? Because
don't unleash me.
I know there's people out there too that maybe are walking around saying the same thing, like I'm not happy, like I don't like whatever, and then no, it's all about like like how you choose your words and what you speak out. Like,
I literally met with my little brother last week, and he was like, I'm addicted to. And he kept saying like I'm addicted to. And I was like, no, say I'm struggling getting over. It's a difference. I'm addicted. Like you can talk yourself into a box and then be confined by that box. But if you try to, it's just your choice of words. Like what words are you using? Because
that's very important.
They're powerful. God started the whole world with His words.
Okay, somebody got a question for you, Linell. Somebody say for the married man, I would ask him about the safety he feels from his partner. Especially if if his partner is a female. I'm like, yeah, his partner is a female.
Definitely.
But you know, we live in a world right now where like let's I want to hear from you. What you think about that?
So security meaning just security as being a man, like being the leader.
Yeah, I would say so.
So my wife, oh man, I spoke on this on a podcast I did last week. She's she's definitely a blessing, like a gift from God. Like nothing short of a gift from God. And I'm not just saying this so I can just go back and show her and be like, hey baby, you know, and you know, I'm really saying that like genuinely. Really she's a gift from God, and she's a very strong woman. Like she's strong-willed, and you know, when I look at videos from her when she was a kid, you can tell she's been strong-willed her whole life. So for her to come under me and my purpose and fully support it and submit to me in my leadership
and submit to me
that's you know that gives me security, that all that I need. Like we were 2 years in a friendship before we even got married or anything, so I watched how she dated, I watched how she operated through ups and downs of life, and so I saw everything authentic.
Yeah, because she wasn't hiding herself to be, you know, like
exactly.
When you're dating somebody, like, or a lot of times you meet people and they try to like be who they're like somebody they're not. Forward, they want to be their best self in the beginning to get you, and then as soon as they get you, they start like acting a fool. And seriously, and everything comes out, and then you're like, oh wow.
So yeah, she's definitely like I'm very secure her. Like I know her. I know how she thinks. I know how. Now obviously we're still fresh.
Yeah.
So it's still. We got married in November.
Oh, congratulations!
But we known each other since August 21. And we used to. I joke around with her. We've been dating this whole time. She just didn't know it. I knew it. She just didn't know it. We've been dating because we would hang out one-on-one and get food. Which is why, you know, we talk about like having relationships outside of marriage. It's like, you don't need to hang out with no dudes. I don't need to hang out with no women. Why am I wasting time building a bond with someone that's not you?
Yeah.
And vice versa. But we were technically dating. Because we would have like 2 hours of just eating and talking, laughing, talking about life. That's dating.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm very like she's a different type of woman. Like I'm blessed to have her.
I love that, and I love to hear a man talk about his wife like that. That's beautiful. What do you And I want to ask you this too, Bobby. Submission, right?
Ooh, can I speak on that?
We're gonna talk about it.
Let's go.
Because you say you were married, so did you ever feel like in your past relationship, your past marriage, that your wife wasn't like submissive? And what does that look like for you? Because I feel like a lot of times people confuse submission with controlling.
Yeah. I think no, there for sure is a fine line, but I think in a relationship you should be able to tell the intentions of your partner.
Yeah.
Right. For me personally, that was kind of one of our issues. But I feel like again, you should know my intentions as your partner is to never like. My dad used to tell me like, I'm your dad. I would never tell you anything wrong.
Right.
Not obviously that's like, but like you understand the intention though, you know, that comes behind those words. So for me, I had some of those issues, but at the same time, like I guess you could say her perspectives and like why she would feel this way. I think for women, I've been in two like long relationships, and I feel like after a certain point of like regularness, it's kind of hard for women to feel like they want to submit, even though if like let's say bills are covered, you don't really have to work, right? But you go to school like because that's what you want to do. To me, like that's an automatic like submission thing because someone's like taking care of you. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
what you're saying.
You're not having to like give 30, 50, 60% of your check.
Child, let me tell you something. I've never been in a position where I could just be like fully in my feminine era or like I don't mind being submissive. I'm from Honduras. I was raised to be a submissive woman and and serve a man, right? But I'm still very independent, and that sometimes can be an issue for me because
What could turn it off?
I don't think I ever met a guy that has allowed me to turn it off. You know what I mean? Like,
So a true leader allows you to walk in your independence as well. It's just following the plan. So like my wife still has her independence. She's very independent.
yeah.
So like I'm not just on top of her like you gotta do this, you gotta do this. It's like no, I understand. Like you were your own person before
Right.
we got married. So I'm gonna give it. So we've had me and her have had some times where she, it might look like I'm being controlling.
Right.
But like I said, the duty of the man in the family is to protect, provide, and pray.
Yeah.
So if I see you putting yourself in a situation whereas you probably haven't thought it through to see the other side of it, like if my wife wants to go on a walk in the neighborhood and it's kind of dark, it's like, okay, if you're gonna go on a walk, take this with you. Make sure you're safe with this, or wait for me.
Right.
And she might not. She might see it like, why you being controlling? It's like, no, like it's men out there that prey on women walking alone.
For sure.
So I'm thinking from that standpoint, I just want to protect you, because if I'm not there and something happens to you and I never said nothing, then I'm gonna live with that regret. I'm gonna live with that.
So
guilt.
you talk it through.
Exactly.
Are you the type that like y'all clearly are combating, right? On like probably either a fine line between leading and controlling, right? So what do? You talk it through.
Yeah, we talk it through.
Okay.
So I get her to understand clearly, like in pictures and analogies, however I have to use it to communicate it.
Yeah.
But I get her to understand it. And I'm not just like, hey, you got to do this, I got.
Yeah.
But men, we submit too. Like we don't.
No,
we don't talk about
really
men
do.
submission. Like we submit a lot.
Really do.
Like
Y'all do. The ones that want to.
Yeah.
When you
That
are
takes-
committed to a relationship, yeah.
I can definitely say that takes longer for a man to want to submit to his
For
woman
sure.
than the woman.
Because they feel like
just
that you have to
automatic-
trust. You feel like you have to trust her to submit to her,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You can't. Y'all not gonna just submit to any. I mean, just somebody that y'all dating. No, y'all have to be like. You have to have maybe built something, because men are very logical. Y'all are more logical beings than us women. We're very like emotional. So I think you guys gotta trust the person before y'all even get to that point.
Well, I mean, even in a dating pool, if your woman says she wants to go eat at Steak 48, but you want to go somewhere totally different, and you decide to go Steak 48, that's a form of submission.
For sure.
You
You're
submit
right.
it. So like, it's different forms of submission.
It
We
is,
just
it
we
is.
just think the controlling. You can't go here. You can't wear this. It's
Yeah.
like, no, it's like a whole catalog of what submission is and where it can go. So
It's funny you like look at older couples and you kind of like, I don't know if this is on TV or but I think in real life too though, that it's always like the dude that's always like, oh yeah, just let her do whatever. Like she just, you know what I mean? Like that's low key scary. I'm not gonna lie, it's low key scary.
Like, I actually got it.
I'm gonna let her do it.
All right. Let me see these questions. Okay, I got a question for you, Bobby. Someone said, "How does the single one?" Because I mean, okay, how do you? I'm trying to read it in the perspective of like for you, but okay, how do you get your emotional needs of intimacy met, non-sexual, outside of a relationship? Oh, that's a good question.
I can answer that one too.
How do I get emotionally?
Yeah, like how do you
That's layered.
how do you need your intimacy? How do you get your intimacy met?
I think
Non-sexual, outside of a relationship.
for intimate, only forms of intimacy for me, I'm a physical touch person and words of affirmation. But I think those can only be given to me in a relationship though. Like
Right.
I don't think I can get those outside of a relationship.
Yeah, because physical touch, bro.
Yeah.
You can get a dog.
I'm not
A
big on. I like cats, right? Like I like we all separate.
Stay away.
You know what I mean?
Okay, but so think outside the box, right? Like how, like if you're not dating or anything like that, you could, because you can, intimacy could be conversation. So let's say if you have a friend, I don't know, that you talk to and you can just call her for like where you vent. I don't know, whatever. Like, because it doesn't have to be like you said. It's non-sexual, right? So.
Yeah. Then words of affirmation would be the only other thing. But
That's how you get it met. Okay.
Yeah.
So if somebody calls you handsome or something.
Yeah, that for sure.
Do you
Yeah,
like? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
That'll
Like,
do it.
for real?
Yeah, no. Again, that's words of affirmation, right? Like if I'm not thinking of it, and then now you've reminded me, like, oh yeah, I am handsome. Like that gives me that extra boost of confidence
Okay.
for the day. So like,
Okay.
yeah, that can like.
But I
grind
feel
my
like
gears.
okay, intimacy is so what's the word? Complex, right? Because it's not just about those feelings of like in the like romantic side of things.
That's where I'm struggling with this at, because like, for
I'm
me,
gonna break it down
I'm
for you.
automatically thinking of romantic.
So, and help me out if you need. But for me, I'll try to answer the question myself. The way that I get like my intimacy met is maybe like me being in my room by myself, literally, right? Maybe just reading a book or something that I enjoy. Because this is like me, like that's how I'm getting my own intimacy. You know what I'm saying? Like this is me spending time with myself, and I'm being intimate. Now, if I want to talk outside of that sense, I will maybe like, even if I'm talking to one of my girls, right, and I'm just venting to them about something that I'm struggling with, because that I'm creating that intimacy with her about like what I'm going through.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be all the way like in the romantic, I guess, form of things. It doesn't have to be that. But how would you respond? Like if, let's say, you were single and
When I was. So
how did you? Yeah.
Yeah. So I got my intimate. So I got it in a couple ways. So it's like his point. I was a mama's boy. I had 4 sisters. I was the baby. So I was always under my mom titty. So what I would do is, like, if I needed a touch or a hug, I'll just go on my mom, just literally just sit there and hug her for like 2-3 minutes. And you know that passes. Well, I'm not gonna get into that. So we hugged for a long time, and I would get like my emotional rate, like it would just feel like the intimacy would feel. But other than that, like I like deep conversation. So
same.
When I sit down with my now wife, and we'll talk deep about the Bible, or deep about the world and the economics and stuff that's going on, or I talk to my boys about it. Like I get like that took my mind off of any physical.
Right. So do you get what I'm saying now? Like,
Yeah.
do you
Okay, yeah, now I get it. To answer it now, I would say for sure my kids. Then
okay,
that's how, because I grew up with my dad, and like, which is apparently not a lot of people grew up with like single dad, right? But me, like a good chunk of my life, I grew up just me and my dad. So like right now, I got my son full time. So like I for sure can see intimacy that way, because I'm definitely like, hey, come give me a hug. Or like, hey, what's up? Me and my son got our own handshake. He's 5, right?
Aww.
Like, I guess for sure intimacy that, because I have a daughter too with my wife. But I have a daughter with her. I don't like those terms. Like, I do not like it.
Why?
I don't like the D word, and I don't like
the divorce word.
I do not like it.
Hey, look, it is what it is.
Because to me personally, I look at it like our relationship is almost bigger than that. Because like, dude, I met you in the 7th grade. You know what I mean? And like, we have a whole life together. So like, for me, it's deeper than just like a paper that says like we went in front of God. Like, this is a real. Yeah. Just me. I don't know. Maybe this is probably controlling or something. I don't know. But I'll take it, because it's like, that's more passionate and more deep than probably anything you'll probably ever experience. Because I'm like, hey, look, I'm here forever. We have a kid. So
yeah, basically.
Yeah. So that's how I don't like those words. So I don't like the D word, and I don't like XY.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. To this day, when people ask me, like, you know how when you're filling job applications and stuff like that, or whatever application, they ask you if you're single or divorced. I always say single. I don't put the divorce one, because y'all listen.
They don't need to know all that.
They don't even know all that. So I don't even know why does that matter. Like, what?
That's what I was about to say.
What does being divorced? Why does that matter? Like, why do you need to know if I'm divorced or not? I'm just single.
They're selling your information to these other companies. So now you're gonna get these ads and these mail.
Right. Yeah, we have like the statistics says, we have this.
I think that's why they do it too, though.
Yeah. I have another question for you. How does the married one hold space? How do you hold space let me stop doing that. How do you hold space for yourself as an act of self-care, and what does that space look like?
So what self-care look like for me? Well, I joke around, I always say I'm easy to please. Like, I don't need much. Like, on my birthday, what do you want? You want nothing. Just come around, just be present.
Men always say that. Nothing.
Let me feel the love. Like, I don't need much for me to feel like good,
appreciated, or
loved. So I think that what I would do for self-care, honestly, is just go for a walk. Like, so my morning routine is my self-care. So I wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. First thing I do is pray. Then I read a devotional. Then I go on a 45-minute walk. On that walk, I can either pray, I can read, or audiobook or I'll listen to a sermon. Something.
Yeah.
But something self-developing.
That's good.
And then when I come back, I'm, go get in the word, stretch, take a cold shower.
Yeah.
And I'm good.
Yeah.
It's like that's
But you
my
already have
self-care
your-
routine.
That's good
Yeah.
because you're feeding your mind and your, while you're doing all those things.
Exactly.
That's good. What does it look like? What does self-care look like? Did I actually already?
Mm-mm.
No,
I don't
right?
think
What
so.
does self-care look like for you?
Very similar. I run in the morning.
Okay.
And I wake up like at 6. I pray 7 in the morning and 7 at night. And then, but I run. I listen to devotion stuff too, but mine's is a little different. You ever heard of Reverend Ike?
I have.
Yeah, mine's is more so like self perfection in a way.
Like self-development?
Yeah, it's development. Yeah, but like kind of aligning yourself, like realizing like your inner strengths. More so while I channeling that while running, is like for me a different high because it's like you pushing yourself to the absolute that you can't. Cause there's something because I'm not before this. I used to play basketball, did sports, I did all that. I never was big on running though because I just thought it was like not necessary.
Still ain't.
To right, like, but you hit this like certain level of when you're running, like you're exhausted and you're just pushing yourself, and you got someone in your ear like that's telling you,
You can
like,
do it. You can
you
do
know
it.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That like
going.
it puts you in like this certain state that I just like I love reaching it in the morning, and then
Okay.
it sets the
It
tone
does.
for like throughout the day. So it really sort of like anything can hit me throughout the day, and I'm operating at such a high level that it's not really affecting me.
I mean, self-care looks different for everybody, right? Like for me, of course, I'm a girl. So for me, going to get my nails done is everything to me. Okay, I love somebody, just doing my nails and things like that, getting, pampered. It's like a form of self-care. But like when I cannot do those things, self-care looks like maybe, honestly, which just sounds very crazy, but I just love going somewhere, like going to the park, take my laptop with me by myself and create something.
My wife actually messed up recently, by the way.
What's your
So,
wife do?
so on Valentine's Day, the holiday that we typically men cater to women,
Right.
I came home and she had a bathtub ready. She had some notes. She had my favorite drink, which is kombucha.
Oh,
And
wow.
when I came out, she gave me a massage. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh.
Like, I never been taken care of like this.
Wow.
So, yeah, women, y'all got to step it up. Like, you know what I mean? But
First of all, there are women out there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I know.
We
I'm
do
messing
those
with
things
you.
for the,
She's
and
setting the
sometimes
bar
for the
real high,
wrong
man.
man.
She setting the bar high.
She set the
I
bar
be
high,
bragging
man.
about it. Look, bro.
But I feel like I'm the type of girl, and I mean I was for the wrong person. But I'm not gonna say the wrong person. Let me not say that. Let me not say that. That didn't sound right.
Everything happens
But
for a reason.
right, because you're learning, whatever. But there are women out there who do those
Oh,
things.
no, I know it. I just never had it done. So when it happened, I was like, I like this.
Yeah, right.
This is cool.
Have you ever had a woman do those things for you?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, that's so sad.
Nah, I remember one time I can't. It was Valentines, and like I came home one day, and like there was a gift there already, and I'm thinking, oh, it was for me, but it was really her friend gave her that. So like I set myself up for it, but it was like, oh damn.
Oh my God, you know what? I can relate to that. Let me tell you what happened to me. So, So, the same thing happened to me. I was basically, it was Valentine's Day, and I thought the gift was for me.
Yeah.
It was like like the red fold, like the little card or whatever
Yeah.
the case may be. So, but it was face the opposite direction. So I'm like, oh, maybe that's for me. And I go and like turn it around and see what who is it for, and it was literally from, I think, like it was for. It didn't make sense. The grandmother of his kid was the one that sent that little note for the baby, and he just left it there. And I'm thinking that it was for me.
Very humbling.
Very humbling. Very humbling. And I was like, wow. But I mean, it turned out to be that. I mean, I still got some flowers that day, but still, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just the thought of like, oh, I didn't know I was going to get some flowers.
Yeah, we don't celebrate Valentine's Day.
Y'all
That was just her birthday's the day before, so I did something for that. But
The
we
13th?
I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. Never have.
Why not?
Yeah.
Because I look at now y'all gonna judge me on this. I look at all the holidays we have in the United States as just a mechanism of the government to pump money into the system. Cause we have one every month.
Absolutely.
It's strategically placed there. And now we feel bad, convicted as men, and we don't cater to our women. It's like, I do that on a daily, so why do I have to pick this date? And I know what you're going to say, because I said it to
what am I going to say? What
they were like, it's just that they're like, make
No, I wasn't going to say that.
What?
I was going to say that I do agree with you with that whole, you know, how the government want to do all those things. What was it? What I was going to say? Lord have mercy. Jesus. I think the wine is hitting. No, I feel like when it comes to Valentine's Day, like if you as a man is constantly and you are very consistent, like with you just come home with flowers on a random day.
Every Saturday.
You know what I mean? Like so for her, maybe Valentine's Day it's not gonna be such a big deal, but for people like for other women out there who maybe like doesn't receive gifts on the regular at all, because there are a lot of men out there who don't think about like the small things, right? Like and then that day comes and they expect something. It's like this is your chance to show me that you love me or to show me that you care about me. But yeah, it's just
I like Valentine's Day though.
You do?
I'm not a salty person about anything, right? Like I'm still a romantic person. Like I want to do all the cute stuff.
We like that.
Yeah, I want to go to Build-A-Bear.
Like that too.
I like all the cute stuff doing. I like romantic movies and all that stuff. That's like not even realistic, but like just watching them and laughing.
Oh, you're a lover
like,
boy.
Yeah, for 100%.
I love that.
100%.
I love that. Okay, I know y'all.
Most men are.
No.
Until we get hurt. Nah, hear me out. Most men are until we get hurt.
Yeah.
Can you agree with that?
Yeah, no, it'll turn you sour for sure.
But you've been hurt before, right?
Yeah, 100.
Have you been hurt before?
Yeah, more than
okay, but you're still a good. You see, but you're still.
Look how long it took.
You're right.
Now some men don't ever come back from it. It took.
That's true.
I was a different type of guy before I went abstinent. Like God pulled me out of it. Now I wasn't just doing women wrong. Don't get me wrong, but I was still living a different lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because of that, I wouldn't commit. Yeah.
Playing games, huh?
I wasn't playing games, so I was very honest. Like I've always been an honest person.
Okay, good. Hey, look, I'm not ready for a relationship right now.
But honesty is manipulation at times. If you know
it is. For sure, because as women, sometimes we like you and be like, okay, cool, well, whatever. And then it drags along for too long. And then I'm like, now I want a relationship. And you still play with me. Yeah. So it becomes, you're right, it becomes manipulation. Let me see if I have another question, y'all. What time is it? So, okay, let me see. Ooh, this is good.
That'll be good.
This is good.
I ain't got nothing else to do. My wife went with her grandma, so I got to burn time.
All right, so I have one more question. I think I'm gonna ask this both for you guys, but your love language.
I know you're gonna ask that.
This is a good one for both of you guys. I know. Well, do you care about that or not?
I do.
Okay,
I didn't realize my love language until I got married. I didn't know him. So
before that, you had no idea how you wanted to be loved.
I knew how I wanted. So what you just said, how I wanted to be loved.
Yeah.
Like I knew my love languages as far as showing people I love them.
Yes.
But I didn't know how I wanted to receive it. So I was always answering the question, oh yeah, physical touch. Oh yeah, what's the physical touch? Quality time.
Quality time.
And then I was like, I don't really care for words of affirmation, get like all that stuff. It was just. But then when I got married, I'm like, I came home one day and she was cooking. I was like, I like that.
I like that.
Then like I left the house, she was like, I'm about to clean. I'm like,
Oh, you like that?
So
too?
like now I'm realizing acts of service is one of mine. So mine is like quality time when she wants to spend time with me, and then acts of service, and then physical touch. I realized, I didn't really care to be touched. Like if you just come and rub my shoulder, like I don't, but I like to touch.
Affection. Okay.
So it's
that's a form of affection. What about you? What are your love languages? I need to put this down.
Words of affirmation. Words of affirmation is probably. I used to be physical touch. I think like my whole life until like now I'm like kind of laser focused on the things that I want and what I'm working on. So now it's just words of affirmation. Just remind me to keep going.
Okay.
Instead of like physical touch, will always be there.
Okay.
All the rest of it will always be there.
So you like when people are giving you like words like, hey, like even if you cook for somebody, like I love the food was great. Like that makes you feel good. Yeah, that make me do it again. Yeah. For me, my love languages change over time. Yeah. So at first I was words of affirmation and quality time, right? But then as I think also it changes who you're with. Yeah, for sure. So yeah. So I think now for me it's acts of service because I'm a busy girl. I'm always doing stuff. I'm always like working, and I appreciate when a man says like, hey, you know, I got you coffee, or the little things, you know what I'm saying? So that's for sure for me. And then also quality time, because I love time. Like I love spending time with my partner. I would like words of affirmation too. Of course, I think everybody needs that though. At some point, we all want to hear. Hey,
it's funny. Me and my wife joke about this all the time. I think her last one is words of affirmation. My last one's words of affirmation.
Really?
And it's funny because like I've been told before when I was dating a girl, she was like, "Why don't you ever tell me I'm pretty? Why don't you ever?" I was like, I don't think to say it. Like that's not, that doesn't just come. Like I just treat you as something, but I don't think to say every day you're pretty. And I told my wife, I'm thankful that you're not like that, because I'm not, you know. So that's like the last for both of us.
I think understanding like the person's
you gotta understand their love language.
Yeah, because it's like you said, like how you give it and how you receive it is two different things. Yeah. For me, I think I give it in a way where I'm always showing acts of service, because I like to show up for people, and I love to show up for you and like the things that, and I pay attention. Like if you love, I don't know, if you love games and you like a gamer, I'll think about buying you, you know, like I just do those things. But I get mad when I don't get the same, because I feel like sometimes we get what we want back. You know what I mean? So the same way that I do love acts of service, I give that. But sometimes your partner may not give that back to you.
I'm starting to realize all girls' love language is acts of service. Like
we love that. Like, come on, like have initiative.
I didn't used to like be that, and now I still don't genuinely feel like that. But I know it's a necessity. Yeah. Right. So it's like I have to do like these things just to make you happy. So then now you can like do my love language, right?
It's effort. Yeah. I think it's all about effort at the end of the day, right? Just having like being intentional and having initiative, like because once you get to know the person that you're dealing with, I'm like, okay, you learn what they like, what they appreciate, and then you just put in the effort that, hey, like, y'all, this has been good. I don't know how long we've been here, but I know it's been over an hour. It's been a while, right? Yeah, that's a lot. All right, so man, this is, I know we can keep going.
Yeah, because
I know we can keep going, and I know that conversation is so good. And Linell, you have a lot, your level of wisdom, and I just want to say, like, yo,
it ain't me, it's God. I promise you.
God takes all the credit for sure. But again, like the obedience, because I know it's not easy, like, you know, getting to the walk. I just started going to church consistently like about a month ago. It's been over a month, but before that, I wasn't going to church. I mean, I've always had a prayer life, and I've always been intimate with God, but I just didn't feel like I needed to go to church. But this year, I had the need to actually find a community of, you know, fellowship. And I like it. I enjoy it. Like I look forward to Sundays now. Yeah. I do. Yeah.
That's when church feels good.
When you love the church that you're in, like you look forward to it. And then I was like, wow, like this is crazy. And then there's a lot of things that have changed too. Since I started going to church in my life, like, you know, certain spaces I don't want to be in no more. Like a lot of things my wants have changed. My needs have changed. The men that I want have, like the what's it called? The taste in men have changed. So, yeah.
I say everything will shift.
Yeah, everything shift. And Bobby, it's so funny how I met Bobby. Like I met Bobby at a it was so random, and we connected on social media ever since. And we don't really talk or anything like that, but just kind of like learning about you more today. This has been really, really good, and I appreciate you making time to be here.
For sure. Wasn't that hard to come to?
I know, right? So y'all, let's rate the wine. Well, you said, wow,
he guilty.
He drank that whole.
He heard you was closed, and he said
8.5%. Like
you're right, but okay, you're right.
So
I think because I'm focused on the conversation, I'm not really, but it is good though. So what would you rate it?
The wine,
1 to 10.
I give it a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, I drank it fast, you know.
Well, you're a wine person.
Yeah. So I'm starting to slowly become, because like I don't like alcohol anymore. I don't like doing the stuff I used to do anymore. I don't know, man. I'm 30, bro. It smacked me so hard.
Yeah.
Like,
I turn 29 next month.
Yeah. Bro. It's creeping, bro. It's creeping, bro. Like,
wait, when's your birthday?
April 26th.
You a Taurus? I'm a Taurus too. I mean, I know you don't care about that, but I know you don't care about it because I know. I already know because
she saw my face. I was gonna say, I was like, nah, I ain't gonna.
You're a man of God.
I definitely would say, no, I'm a child of God.
I understand.
Because if you open that can, y'all gonna look at me crazy.
Oh, that's another conversation for another day, huh?
You don't want to do that.
Ooh,
I'll start going in right now.
But I like to ask.
I do.
One that listen, I'm a work in progress. So, but I like to ask. I don't know.
When you start knowing stuff, it's like and putting it together. It's just like a big puzzle. When you start getting pieces and you can see like, oh, this is meant to be this, then you would think of it different. So when I started to put pieces together, it's like, oh.
Yeah, because everybody nowadays judge everybody by their sign. And they be
that's
like, well, I don't want to date
horrible concept. That is a horrible.
One too many YouTube videos.
I'm gonna talk to you off camera about something because I definitely I'm traumatized by a sign, but we'll talk about that later.
Traumatized by a person, his upbringing, his environment that he grew in. The sign don't. We'll talk. But can I say this last story? I like to end all my presentations or podcasts with this.
Okay,
because I think this is an impactful story for whoever can hear it, and I like to spread it. So it's a dream I had. It was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I had a dream that I was walking to my parents' house. So imagine me walking down this street. My parents' house is on this street. I had to turn right to get there. So I'm walking down the street, and it's this man and this big old dog walking towards me. I mean, like a cane corso, something huge. It's walking towards me. The man's looking away, but the dog is just staring at me. And I'm looking at the dog. I'm like, all right, let me just start finding some cars. Cause see, I'm black. I didn't have Chihuahuas, pitbull. I had all them chase me. So you find the car, and I saw this car right next to me. So I bust the right to go to my house, my parents' house, and I hear barking. So I hear barking. I look back. The dog is off the leash. It's chasing me.
Oh,
I already found the car. So I jump on the car. Dog jumps on the car too.
No way.
It's a truck right next to it. So I jump on the truck and I try to brace myself. My hand slips off. The dog bites my arm. I soon realized the dog didn't have any teeth. I jumped back off the truck and I walked to the house. When I woke up, I asked God, what was the purpose of that dream? And when I got back was, if you knew that I removed the threat, wouldn't you walk in confidence? So basically what I got from that was I'm walking in fear. In this season of life, I can't walk in fear.
That's good.
And there's someone out there that's probably walking in fear that needs to hear that. To know
that
what you pray
that
for,
is
God
so
removed
good.
the threat. God removed the threat. You prayed for it. If it's in His will, He removed the
and
threat.
God will
Just walk in
communicate with
confidence.
you, and sometimes via dreams. Wow. Yeah. I think a lot of us are walking in fear.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to like making friends, building relationships and all those things, right? I think sometimes I can say that I'm fearful of even allowing people in my life, right? Because I don't know, and it's kind of scary sometimes. But I think it's important for us to always go to God first. Like I remember I recently reconnected with some old friends, and I'm not gonna lie, I prayed about it. I said, God, like, what do you want? Like, what is the purpose behind this, right? Like, am I supposed to be friends with these people again? Like, I really prayed to God about this because, and before I will never think about doing those things. But just allowing God in the middle of whatever we're like, all of our connections and things that we're doing, I think that is very, very key.
And allow God access, because I wanted to be married, and now I'm married now. But to all my little brothers and sisters, like I tell them, allow Him access to every component of your life. Don't just try to take relationships and be like, I'm a champion this.
Yeah.
I'm going to figure it out. Nope. Submit it to God. Let Him show you who He wants you to be with, because you don't want to have to double back 5 years down the road. Like, God, why am I? No. Let Him have it in the beginning.
For sure. Wow, this is good. All right, I'm gonna work on myself not to ask people about their sign. I want to know what's your birthday, Bobby?
October 21st.
Okay, I don't know what that is, but
he's a Libra.
Yeah.
If you go from the signs, I know him.
I know for somebody that don't like it, sounds like
I
you don't
know him.
I
Because I used to think you know
like
what I mean?
that.
I just be like, I'm a Taurus. I need to be with a Pisces.
Gemini.
I need to be with this.
Yeah.
Like, man.
Yeah.
I started as I got older. I was like 16. As I got older, I was like, nah.
that ain't it. That ain't it, right?
That's all those YouTube videos, man.
I'm tripping.
And social media too, but Well, all right, y'all. How was your water? You like your water?
Man, it's good, man. It ran right through me. I need to go to the restroom, but I've been holding on.
Okay, well, we're at the end. So, guys, thank you so much. Oh, before we end, Lord have mercy. Y'all, please tell the cameras, Linell, tell the camera where they can find you, so they can connect with you. And then you'll do the same, Bobby.
You can find me on Instagram at Linell Bonner 3 or at OnceAnAthlete_. And if you're a teacher or somebody that works for a corporation who wants a speaker, reach out to me.
Period. Where they can reach you out at?
Oh, now I'm going to give my phone number. OnceAnAthlete_ or Linell Bonner 3 at yahoo.com.
That's good. That's good.
All right. And my name is Bobby Redmond. I'm a filmmaker. I do have a film coming out at the end of this summer in July. So if you please can follow me for that. If you like independent Black filmmakers, definitely you can follow me on all social media, BJRII. And yeah, that's it.
All right, y'all. So thank you guys again for being here, and thank you guys for tuning in. If you love this episode, make sure you guys leave a comment below and give us a thumbs up, please, because that helps the algorithm, okay? And I will see you guys in the next episode. What it takes, plus you working, ain't no breaks, yeah. You got that vibe, mama, you already know, yeah. This is the Dollar Talk Show. Yeah, 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 yeah.